Hello students, welcome to this video class. Uh, like a few classes I have already taken on this chapter 2, and you have learned about the different elements and structures of this earth, and you learn many about the layers of the earth, and then also you learn about the different characteristics of the rocks and their uses. So today I will talk about the last part of this particular chapters, especially here we have learned about the rope cycle. So rope cycle is how this actually changing and then coming back to the same position as it is found in the origin. Now, the rock cycle we have already learned that we have just read about the magma. So this magma is from volcanic eruption flows out, and then it cools and solidifies from the and of course it forms actually the igneous rocks, and then finally we have the igneous rocks actually are the basic rocks actually we call it, and these rocks are actually broken down into sediments resulting into the formation of sedimentary rocks. And here after this igneous rocks we can find due to the different processes we can find the sedimentary rocks. And here again you can find the both igneous rocks and then sedimentary rocks actually undergo some intense temperature and pressure transform into metamorphic rocks. And then finally the rock cycle completes when metamorphic and sedimentary rocks melt under extreme temperature, and then again pressure to form magma. So these are the things are actually occurring generation by generation, and then you will find the rock cycle is occurring. Okay, so that is how this process is known as the rock cycle. So this one I have talked yesterday. So today let us know about the uses of rocks. Now where these rocks are actually make used, and in what purpose or which purpose we are able to use this rock cycle, or maybe the uses of rocks. So let's see the number one. We have to know that the rocks can be used, especially soil is formed from the rocks. That is very natural. Today we see the surface level of this earth, especially this our crust. These are the crust actually in the origin form we can find in the form of igneous rocks, and gradually due to the solidifying, saturated, and due to the natural calamities and also the sunlight, then different this process of the wind blown, and then many other things are occurring at the same time, and then these igneous rocks ultimately kind of like scratching and then breaking, and then it is forming into soil after many years. Okay, so that is how the actually soil is formed from the rock. That is number one we have to understand. Second one we have to understand about that in ancient times most of the people at the time the people did not have the knowledge about making the this iron or maybe the steel or bronze or copper, whatever things we found in the nature. These are the knowledge in fact we are lacking in them, and so they were not that much busy in discovering all these areas. So their only choice was just to stone, because they found that stone is one of the material, or can say that elements through which it can be used for the killing the animals, chopping the meat, or maybe the smashing the vegetables, and protecting themselves from the enemy. So these are the few things we can find in the ancient period. So they were using this stone in the form of tools and weapons as well. And these weapons, perhaps they were using not only the stone sharpening and using the weapon, but it was used in the form of like a spear, tying in the stick and all, and then they were using it in some movie, in some video clips and all. You will able to watch that this particular things are shown. So that is the second point that we are discussing. That is how that a stone can be used or rocks can be used as a tool and weapons. That is presently also we can use, and also in ancient time also it was used. Thirdly, rocks are actually extensively used in the construction, and then roads, houses, and buildings. These are the most of the today constructions is taking shape due to the rocks activity. It means rocks can be used into different formats. For example, rocks can be broken into pieces and made it chips, and then these chips could be used in the construction, especially the high shopping mall, then huge complexes, then many other some sort of a stadium. These are the stone chips or the rock chips are actually very important in the construction. At the same time, today, for example, we are constructing the transportation, and this transportation actually needs the road, and a road is not made up of mud only, but it is made up of the sand, and then at the same time the rocks is very much used here. Without rocks, without chips, without rocks, the construction of the road is not at all possible. Either you are using the some other material, but rocks by all means is very important to construct. So that is one of the then you can find the houses, of course, and a building, as I have already talked about it. Then thirdly, or the fourth point, we have to understand that rocks contain fossil fuels, which are the main source of energy. Now we have learned that in the sedimentary rocks, you will find that most of the fossil fuels are actually located, and then this sedimentary rocks, how it is forming, and how these fossil fuels are actually occurring in this area. That is one of the issue. For example, sedimentary rocks, for example, it is the breaking down of the igneous rocks, and then at the same times when there is a natural calamities occurring, either it is a collapsing of the mountain, or maybe the landslide, or maybe the volcanic eruption, or maybe earthquake, and some sort of a natural calamities, or maybe the some sort of asteroid dashing the planet, and these are the all natural calamities that is occurring in the world. These are actually making the part of this sedimentary rocks, and that's why in the sedimentary when you see especially in the horizontal way, you can see that there are some of the fossil fuels are actually found, and these fossil fuels are actually occurring due to the natural calamities. So that is why here we can find that rocks contain the fossil fuels, especially this petroleum, then natural gas. All these are actually very often we are using, and this is the source of energy in fact. Fifthly, we have to discuss about the rocks contain several minerals. So now you have to understand rocks is containing also several minerals. Now we have learned about the minerals such as here aluminium, gold, silver, magnesium, iron. Then this also you can find some of the gems, which is used for the jewelries, and also you can see there are some of the coal, shale, limestone, sandstone. These are all part of the this rocks mineral. In fact, we are finding from the within the rock. And then the last point is speaking about some rocks are actually the source of precious gems and stones. That one I have already talked in the last time. So students, these are the uses of the rocks. So now we will discuss about the question answers in the video as well, and I will be sending you in the WhatsApp the notes and all, so you can write in your copy. So here we go about the fill in the blanks. So number one, page number 116, the fill in the blanks, the number one question is asking, our earth is made up of dash layers. Now our earth is made up of dash layers. So how many layers we have learned in the second this chapter. Sorry, the second part of this chapter. Then there is just written 3 layers. So you have to write down our Earth is made up of 3 layers. So you have to write 3 layers. Second question, the dash is the thinnest layer of the Earth. So dash is the thinnest layer of the Earth. So you must write down the crust. The crust is the thinnest layer of the Earth. So you must write down crust. Third point, you must write down granite. Granite and dolerite. Granite and dolerite are examples of intrusive igneous rocks. So you must write down granite and dolerite. That is we have found in the book. So granite and dolerite are examples of intrusive igneous rocks. So this one, third question. That is the fill in the blanks. Fourth one, sedimentary rocks are also called stratified rocks. So sedimentary rocks. So when you look at the paragraph of sedimentary rocks, you will find that there is the other name. Other name of the sedimentary rocks is known as stratified rocks. So you must write down stratified rocks. So you can check the spelling in the book. Fifth question, rocks contain several dash. Now we have learned in the last part that rock contains several minerals. So you must write down minerals. Okay, students? So next we go about the question number B. Question number B is all about the match column A with the column B. So column A, so let's see. Number 1, igneous rocks. So number 1 igneous rocks answer will be number E. That is a water resistance. Igneous rocks, water resistance. Second, sedimentary rocks. Second answer, sedimentary rocks, you will find number D. Second answer, number D, fossil fuels. Third one, metamorphic rocks will be the gems. Okay, metamorphic rocks, from there you can get the gems. Fourth one, core. Core is a number B answer, knife. There is N-I-F-E, knife. Fourth answer, core means knife. Fifth, mantle. Mantle is the you can find the short form of this mantle, the layer of the gases over here. That is a sima or sima. Okay. Fifth is a mantle, sima. So these are the answers. So you must remember. Next we have the true and false. Number 1, all the rocks are sources of precious gems and stones. So you have to write here false. Number 1 is a false. Second question, in ancient times rocks were used to make tools and weapons. That is true. Number 3, the layers in the sedimentary rocks are well defined. True. All the other types of rocks are formed from the sedimentary rocks. False. Fifth, basalt is an example of metamorphic rock. False. Then question number D. So number 1, name the layers of the earth. Now question number 1, that is D1. So here answer will be, you must write down, there are 3 layers of the earth, namely the crust, the mantle and the core. Okay, the crust, the mantle and the core. Next question number 2. Question number 2 is write a short note on rocks and minerals. So number 1 is rocks refer to all solid parts of the earth's crust. Rocks do not have the chemical composition. So one of the points you must write down about the rocks. Second part, whereas minerals are substances that occur naturally in the earth crust, they have a definite chemical composition. Okay. Number 3, differentiate between intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. So here the rocks that cool below the surface of the earth are called intrusive rocks, taking longer to cool and form large crystals. Second part of this question, whereas the rocks that cool on the earth's surface are extrusive igneous rocks. Okay. Then question number 4, write any 4 uses of rocks. So we have learned the last part of the chapter today. Here what is saying, 4 uses of rocks. Number 1, soil is formed from rocks. Soil is formed from the rocks. Second point, rocks were used as tools and weapons in ancient times. Third point, rocks contain fossil fuels. That is the main source of energy, we can call it. Then a fourth point, rocks contain several minerals. Okay, so this is the fourth question. I'll be sending you through the WhatsApp message. Then a fifth question, what is the temperature at the core of the earth? So what is the temperature of the core of the earth? So the temperature, answer, the temperature of the core ranges from 3000 degrees Celsius to 5000 degrees Celsius. So written in the book itself, the temperature of the core ranges from 3000 Celsius to 5000 Celsius. Okay, so these are the short answer that is actually given. Now we will discuss about the long answers, that is number E. Write any 3 points of difference between the 3 layers of the earth. Now write any 3 points of difference between the 3 layers of the earth. Now you must check the number 1, E1. So page number 112, page number 112 of the chapter 2 geography, you will see the answer given here. Crust. So you must write down the crust. The crust is the topmost layer of the earth. It is also called the lithosphere, and it is the thinnest layer of the earth, and the upper part of the crust is called the continental crust. So these are the few points you selected from the this one. Then we go to the mantle. Mantle, at least 3 points. The mantle is the middle layer of the earth. It is also called the mesosphere. It lies below the crust. It is 2900 kilometer thick. So these are the few points. Then again, core. Core also 3 points you write down. The core is the innermost layer of the lies at the center of the earth. It is called the barysphere, and the average thickness of the core is about 3500 kilometer. So you must remember this one. Okay. Then this is number E1. So page number 112. So keep in mind. Second, longer questions asking, write any 3 characteristics of each type of rock. Write any 3 characteristics of each type of rocks. So you have learned about the rocks here. So page number here, page number 113. Page number 113. So you have to write about the igneous rocks. 3 points. For example, characteristics is given. Page number 114. Page number 114. Characteristics of igneous rocks. 3 points. Igneous rocks are hard and compact. They are water resistant. Then they are primary or basic rocks, and hence they are all the other types of rocks actually form from these rocks. So remember. Okay. So this is the E2. Okay. Then we have long question number 3, E3. What is the rock cycle? Now we have learned rock cycle, page number 115. In the page number you will see how this rock cycle is occurring. So check the shortest one. The last part of this point you can just check. Especially the rock cycle paragraph, page number 115. We have learned about the magma from volcanic eruption. From there you begin, and you must write down about the rock cycle. So you make it a paragraph wise, you make this, and not a point wise, paragraph wise. Okay. Okay. Then last one, number 4 question, E4. What is sedimentary rocks? What are sedimentary rocks? So sedimentary rocks, page number 114, 114 page number. You will see the sedimentary paragraph. So what is sedimentary rocks? So these sedimentary rocks you have to write down. The full paragraph is given. So you can write point wise. 4 points you can write, and you can complete the answers. Okay. So students, today with this chapter I am just completing. In the next class we will be discussing about the chapter 3, that is movements of the earth. So you remember. So next class I will be discussing. Okay. So thank you, and have a great day ahead.